Oh, there you are, Rocco. I just could not find you in the crowd after Paranormal Activity finished.
That's okay, Wentworth. I've just been pacing about Times Square spitting on hobos in frustration over Zombieland.
Ah, well, you couldn't be convinced to come see Paranormal Activity with me. I still don't understand, as it was the sole reason we flew from London to New York.
When you've travelled for eons across galaxies, a trip over the Atlantic is like stepping over a saliva-soaked hobo. Anyway, I was just in the mood to see some humans eaten by zombies.
Well, I'm sorry to hear Zombieland was a letdown. I had heard it breathes new life into the genre, despite already having just about every conceivable drop wrenched out of it and fisted down our collective throat.
My hopes were high, and for me that's saying something. There was a lot of promise in the premise, but it's all shat on from the get-go. For the love of Beelzebub, why do filmmakers insist the main character has to be the young, unassuming white guy? 99% of the time they're the least interesting character, and it's no different in Zombieland. The main character, called whatever the fuck his name was, sank the entire proceedings in a sea of banality.
So young Jesse Eisenberg was not up to the task.
Here's a poor man's Michael Cera. In terms of acting ability, that's like starting with a pile of shite, and then deep frying it in vomit. No charm, not funny, and completely two-dimensional. And why did this movie even need a narrator? Because the plot was so complex we needed a drivel spoon fed to us?
The characters in Paranormal Activity were quite the opposite. Their performances were so natural I forgot I was watching a work of fiction at times. It was the key to the film's success. If they hadn't seemed like completely ordinary people that could live next door, the drama would have been lost and the whole thing would have simply shouted, "Hello, I'm just another shite low-budget Blair Witch wannabe."
There were also a few good performances in Zombieland. Woody Harrelson's unhinged character was great, because he shamelessly exploits the freedom to go wild, kill things, and smash everything in reach in a world where everything has gone to shit, and all bets are off. And isn't that why we all secretly long for the impending zombie apocalypse? But overall the film just tried to do a fuckload of things at once, and ended up not doing any of them very well. The comedy was pretty flat, the scares were minimal, the gore was up and down, and the rules that flash on screen throughout the movie were sort of novel and interesting at first, but end up being a dead horse that's beaten and repeatedly raped.
We really saw completely opposite movies. Paranormal Activity is fantastic because it does one thing and does it exceptionally well. It delivers classic scares without trying to cross genres or pour in too many elements. It is one woman, one man, and one haunted house. It's so simple and so effective it leaves one amazed at how most horror films cock up so badly and are anything but scary. Why, I still feel rather jumpy.
Zombieland may not have been particularly scary, funny, or exciting, but it did give kudos to my kind. It was gratifying to hear whatever his name was say he was terrified of clowns, even showing respect for the source of our immense horror. Our shiny red noses. But even that ends up being cocked up. It was just one of those nights where every ray of hope awakened in me was destined to be obliterated.
I'll do my best to cheer you up, my friend. There's much fun to be had in the city that never sleeps. Anyway, I give Paranormal Activity 6 stars. It accomplished its task of scaring the shite out of me and making me feel like a feeble little girl.
Zombieland had its moments, including a great celebrity cameo in the middle, but it failed miserably to live up to hype. I give it 39 morose clown tears. Now let's go find some action. I have a lot of aggression to work out. Hey, that lady seems to have taken a shining to you.
You mean that 6'2" thing in a ratty wig and built like a linebacker? I don't think that's a lady, and apparently she is aroused by clowns.
She will learn to fear us. The night is young, Wentworth. The night is young. Look into my shininess and despair.